everybody, let's have a go at making one of these today. This is one of our beautiful little 3D sunflowers. I just got to grout it, but I think we might just do another one. So my colour palette today, I've got a beautiful peacock green stained glass, midnight blue stained glass, and I've got a white opal iridite which I'm going to use to create petals, and just a little hint of blue shimmer just to give it a little bit of a sparkle. Right, so first of all, I'm just going to, I've sealed my board with a mix of PVA and water, just half and half. That just seals, protects the board. And now I'm going to glue my little gem in place. With this one here, I'm just using a glass glob, and I'm going to have it just slightly hanging over the edge. I'm going to use rub on glue, which I like to use in a smaller bottle. So glue that in place. Right, now I'm just going to draw some petals on here, so just to give us a bit of an idea where they're going to go. So do one there. What I am going to do, I'm going to do a little line on each petal, so I'm just going to have a little bit of a space for our little 3D little gems to go. So when I cut the petals, they'll be this size, at least that little bit at the end. What I'm going to do is I can get that nice curve, is I'm just going to basically pop it onto here. And I'm going to draw that nice curve shape on there. Using an oil-filled cutter. Running pliers. It helps to snap them, and that now will give me that nice curve that I want. So the rest is sort of imagining where that petal is going to go. So I'm just thinking roughly about here. Okay. Just lift it up, and let you go about there. So now I'm just going to draw roughly that gap I wanted, which will be about here. Perfect. And then the next one. So with the next one, I'm just going to work out how long I want them. So probably about that width. I'm just going to cut a little bit off. And the rest, I'm just going to guess how they're going to go. You can always adjust them when you start doing them. We're just basically going to go for a nice petal shape. And we are going to have a wider bit at the end. Okay, so preparation time. I've got these gorgeous little, and they're so fiddly, little stamens. I'm just going to cut them. So so I can get ready to poke them into the silicone I'm going to put down. So you just get a few done, it's much easier to pick them up and poke them in. And I'm using little faceted glass beads, these are beautiful. And I've just got a nice little pointy end that I can poke into the silicone. And this is the glue that I'm using, it's the silicone that I use, it's a clear. This is not an adhesive silicone, it's more of a sealant, so it's quite good for embedding the little beads I'm going to put in. So just sort of pipe it through there. You do have a little bit of working time, so you don't have to panic trying to get everything in there. So usually pop them on the side like that there, and then a couple more in towards the centre. And then just between those is where I like to put these little stamens. Also just hides the rest of that silicone that's here. I think that might be about it. Yeah, closer look. See, they're really pretty. And then we're just going to fill it with lots of greenery. So same thing again, just do lots of leaf shapes, definitely putting in little scraps in there. So I'll show you how we've done those. A little bit of this one here, midnight, and then a little bit of a peacock. Right, give yourself a clean working space. Now I'm just going to cut them down to some workable sizes. So I'm going to probably cut it on a slight angle. This is going to give me different size leaves. I'll do a bigger one. Feel free to draw them on if it's easier for you. This one I'm going to cut down the centre. You can draw these on if you need to. Just going to put 2 cuts in there. You can probably use your round little cutters for this. It's such a small area. Just make sure when you cut it that you hold it so that you put it back down the way that you've cut it. Be one of our petals. Same thing again, a few smaller ones and thinner ones perhaps. Try and get some different sort of shapes in there. You do the same with the blue. Right, and save my little scraps because we will put those in as well.